2 months ago, I never opened Blender. This is the full pipeline I now use to take a default cube all the way to a rigged character in my game. Step 1. The low poly skinny character. This is the base mesh everything else in the pipeline modifies. I went low poly on purpose. You know, I just started learning Blender. Though I use a reference image of a jacked guy, but I always start with the skinny one. And I will show you the transform in later steps. Step 2 is where the jacked version starts taking shape. Without correct proportions to start with, I found it very challenging to sculpt muscle details. So I do the silhouette first, in edit mode, while everything is still low poly. Wider lats, bigger chest, thicker quads. Just the silhouette, detail comes later. Step 3 is subdivision plus weight painting. I bump up the resolution of my low poly character after the silhouette, not before. The extreme low poly character like this just can't carry enough muscle details. But subdividing too early means fighting more vertices in edit mode for the silhouette. The denser mesh also makes weight painting more forgiving. Weight painting is still the Blender skill I'm not really confident in. I keep mix ammo open the whole time as a reference. Pelvis and upper legs are the worst. Step 4 is inner line painting. This is what the character looks like without the inner line, and this is with it. Same mesh, same lighting, the muscles just read way better from every angle. Low to mid poly doesn't have enough geometry to shadow muscle edges on its own, so I bake that information into the mesh manually. The UV map's V coordinate gets set to 0.5 on inner line vertices, with neighbors at 0 or 1. The vertex color's red channel gets painted to 0 on both same vertices. The shader checks both V equals 0.5 and red equals 0, and draws a black line wherever both are true. Everything else stays clean. Step 5. Muscle isolation. Yes, I know this looks terrible, but this ugly mess is what lets the player only grow the muscles they actually train. The previous step gave me one single shape key, or nothing for the whole body. That's not the game. The game is bicep day grows biceps, leg day grows quads. So I split that one shape key into separate shape keys per muscle group: chest, lats, delts, etc. Each one only deforms its assigned vertices, controlled by a vertex group filter. I'm still iterating on the fall off between groups. Right now the transitions are too sharp and you get this weird seams where one muscle ends and another begins. I will make a separate video when I figure out the cleaner approach. For now, this is the honest state of the pipeline. Step 6. The flush effect after a heavy set. Muscles you just worked light up red, everything else stays neutral. Green channel is the muscle group ID. Chest gets one value, biceps gets another, quads another. That is how the shader knows which vertices to flush when the player finishes a bicep curl set. Blue channel is the intensity. I paint a falloff from the center of each muscle outward, so the flush is strongest at the center of the muscle and fades at the edges. Gameplay code fits the fatigue value in. The shader will let effect land only where it should. Last step, facial bones. The face rig is intentionally simple right now. A handful of bones for the eyebrows, eyes and mouth, each weight painted by hand to the face mesh. That's it, no fancy setup. And honestly, even with this minimal setup, the expressions read surprisingly well. As the lifter's fatigue increases during a set, the bones drive towards the strained pose, and the face gets uglier. Low effort, high return. Finally, this is our character in Unity. Skinny version, jacked version, walking side by side. Everything in this video was built to make that single comparison work in real gameplay. I'm still in very early stage of building this weightlifting game alone. If you want to follow how it turns out, hit that subscription button to stay tuned. I will be posting every step of the devlog, including the cleaner muscle shape key solution I owe you. Thank you for watching.